So, Miguel, can you tell me a little bit about what video publishers need to do to make money from video distribution online, and what Vimond can do to help them with that?
So Vimond Media Solutions is basically a company that provides everything end-to-end, everything from ingestion to asset management, metadata management, and all the way out to publishing as well. So we're able to help publishers with basically everything that they would need to be able to provide OTT and to be able to go TV everywhere. What are the traditional things that a publisher would need basically is the interesting thing about OTT is that it kind of like levels the playing field for everybody. If you're a content provider, you're going to need essentially the same things that a publisher will need, essentially the same things as a service provider or an MSO would need basically to go OTT. Great content basically is not very useful if you don't have the right distribution and if you don't have the right experience. And the same is true for everything else. If you don't have the right experience but have the right content, you're still not going to have the impact that you want to have.
Obviously, making money from online videos proved elusive for some people. What sort of business models are OTT and multi-screen distribution enabling for publishers?
So that's the interesting thing about Vimond basically. We do specialize in everything that is pay related and that is revenue generating. Our very first customer were ourselves, in fact. We are a company that launched our own service under the TV2 brand. We're still owned by the largest broadcaster in Norway called TV2. We launched TV2 Sumo in 2004 basically, even though Norway is a small country and even though Norway basically has a pretty high GDP per capita. We were able to make a lot of money. It is so that right now TV2 has successfully transferred double-digit percentage of their revenues come directly from end users as opposed to traditional distribution. So we basically do, not only do we have the tools for that, we're able to provide basically very good monetization solutions. Not only do we have basically technology for that, but we have the competence and we have the know-how, and I think that's even more important basically.
Now, you've been working on some interesting projects recently, one of which Thomson Reuters developed their own business-to-consumer service. Can you tell me a little bit about that and what the project's about?
I'm glad you asked because Reuters TV is actually a very good example. Reuters TV is probably the first time that Thomson Reuters, or what is traditionally basically a content provider that has distributed their content directly to businesses, it's the first time that they're trying to do anything directly out to consumer, basically with Reuters TV. And that is basically an application that you can download to your iPhone right now. They will have more devices later. And you're able to set up your own personalized newscast. The whole premise basically is that they believe that the way the news is consumed today, meaning that you have an anchor and you have set times, set times basically where the anchor gives you the news, that is a model that is pretty outdated in a mobile and in a social world. Basically, right now anybody would be able to, should be able to get the content that they need whenever they need it in a highly personalized fashion. So what they're doing is they're actually creating all sorts of different productions all around the world, all day long, and that gets tailored through the experience, depending on how much time you have for commuting, depending on your own preferences. And it's not something that you need to set up yourself, basically. The application learns from what you like, depending on which items you dismiss, which items you actually watch, etc., etc. So it's a very, very interesting case study, and we're proud to be a part of that.
Right. Another project you're working on currently is iFlix, which is due to launch a service in Asia imminently. Can you tell me a little bit about that and what their model is?
So that is also a very interesting case because iFlix essentially, if you look at it superficially, it looks just like another type of Netflix. I mean, they do have Hollywood content, but that's where they start to differentiate. They're also going to have original content. They're going to have content from a whole bunch of different Asian publishers and content providers. And the entire premise of iFlix basically is that Asia is a region that is today quite ruled by piracy. Not many people are today paying for the content that they should be paying for. So they don't believe that people want to be pirates. They believe that people actually want to pay for a good experience at a fair price. A fair price, of course, varies very much from market to market, but that's what they're going to go after, basically. They're going to go after providing a really good experience at a very low price to all sorts of different markets out in Asia, which we find very interesting, and we believe it's going to work very well.
Great. Now we're here at TV Connect. Can you tell me a little bit about what you're highlighting here and what your priorities and projects are for the coming year?
Also at TV Connect, basically we're highlighting some of the tools that we provide to broadcasters and to publishers. We have a very good content asset management system that we are highlighting with some very nice features that allows for massive contribution for many different teams. Basically can contribute onto one and the same service with authorization and all the different things in place. We're also highlighting a tool for extra fast extraction of clips from live feeds called Vimond Highlights, that allows you to publish immediately onto social media. Earlier this year we released, together with Facebook, we released a feature using Facebook's new video APIs, allowing you to publish within seconds from a live stream out onto social media. And what we're working on for the rest of the year is some very exciting stuff in the social TV space. We don't believe that anybody has really cracked the social TV experience yet. We believe that people are trying to extrapose what you have social right now on the web onto TV, which doesn't really quite work that way. But we're working on a really exciting concept that we believe does emulate the experience of being social while watching TV.
Great.
So that'll be out later this year.
Great. Miguel, thanks very much.
Thank you very much.